Hey guys, welcome to another Intuitive Tennis live stream. Today we're going to cover Eala against Svitolina quarterfinals at the WTA 500 in Berlin. A match just wrapped up that was very fun to watch. Nikola Bartunkova brought Sabalenka to the brink of another frustrating loss, 6-2, 4-0 up. And then Sabalenka fought back in that second set. Third set, Sabalenka up a break twice in that third. Bartunkova able to break back, so that third set was tied too. But Sabalenka comes through. First game, Eala serving. This is going to be a very interesting match. It's going to be a very tough match for Eala because Svitolina will not give as many free points as Rybakina did in the previous match. But on the other side, I think she will let her play a little bit more. I think, while Svitolina is a very aggressive player, no doubt about it, I think there's going to be more chances for Eala to construct her points and be aggressive. I felt that against Rybakina, she was just, reacting, deflecting a lot because Rybakina was hitting so incredibly hard. But in any case, this shall be an interesting match to watch with you guys. Now let's see what happens. 15-all on the Eala serve. She was serving really well against Rybakina. That first serve was rather soft. At 142. What's your take on that slice-only player named Maria that took out Yastremska? I've covered Tatiana Maria a lot on my channel, especially last year after she won Queens. Dedicated a video to her. I mean, she's very difficult to play, and Yastremska is a great player. But some players just self-destruct against her, I think she lost today, though. She lost to Buskova, Tatiana Maria. But yeah, she's tricky to play. She almost took out Rybakina at Queens again. She took her out last year, so she's very tricky. Very good opening game from Eala. 40-15. Who's my pick here? Man, that's tough. That's tough. Now you put me on the spot here. Oh, man, that's tough. I think Eala does have a chance. Common sense tells me Svitolina is going to come through this one. But it's hard to say. I think Eala does have a great chance here to make the semifinal. It's a nice hold, 15 hold. Great first point from Svitolina, but then some unforced errors. Let me turn this down a little bit. Commentary is like non-stop. Wish I could have a commentary-free coverage. Eala needs to hold serve because Elena is the queen of saving break points. Yeah, she's so good in clutch situations. She has been this year at the most important tournaments. She's been very good, and especially in Rome, if I remember correctly. Yeah, she's tough. That final in Rome against Coco was so clutch. Please judge Alex's return game performance for this match. Like I said many times, I've said this after Miami last year. I think Eala has one of the best return games on tour. More specifically, if you just take the second serve return, it might be top 3. It's very, very good. And the first serve return is good as well. So, she's got the whole package on the return. That's a forehand winner from behind the baseline for Svitolina there. 15-all. Hey, Random Tennis Gal, good to see you in here. Yeah, Sabalenka Bartunkova was a very exciting match. Bartunkova is a very good player. She actually lost to Eala in the final of Birmingham the week prior to Queens. So she's won a lot of matches on grass. She's an example of a player where it's not all about big serving on grass because her serve is not that big, but her return of serve is incredible. And her overall game is well suited for the grass. There's a forehand down the line winner from Eala, 15-40, 2 break chances right off the bat, hitting the ball clean. Another rip return from Eala right through the middle, ripping the forehand, and then going down the line. The forehand is very versatile. So you can go flat, you can go spin. Very versatile forehand from Eala. And there's another return winner. Speaking of second serve returns, there's an example of why Eala is so good on the second serve return. Like, she stands close, she takes the second serve early, and she rips. She rips. And she's very dangerous. 2-love Eala, up a break early. Zverev Fritz should be interesting. Yeah, I plan on covering that one. We'll have to take a look at the schedule. Because, you know, if Eala wins, I would like to cover the semifinal too. So let's see what happens. But definitely want to cover that one. Let's see what time that is. That is going to be 5:30 a.m. They got to be kidding with that. That might not be the real schedule, actually. 5:30. They're playing at 11:30 their time. That can't be. This is wrong. It's going to come out later, the schedule. We'll figure it out. But I definitely want to cover that one. That's because Zverev has a losing streak against Fritz. So it'll be interesting to see whether he can snap out of that losing streak. And, you know, Fritz has been playing so well. Back last week in Stuttgart and this week in Halle, continued to play well. Dropped 24 aces against Shelton in the all tie-break victory. All 3 sets went to tie-breaks. And here's love 30. On the Eala serve. Just like Eala, you know, Svitolina is a great returner. So just like in many matches, the first serve percentage for Eala is going to be important. There was a great serve there down the tee and a beautiful forehand put away from the half court, 15-30. Those type of serves I like a lot from Eala because she puts a little bit of slice on there. She goes down the tee on the deuce side. She goes, you know, on the ad side out wide. She can make a high percentage of those serves, and she can even mix them up. Like there, she went a little bit more flat to the backhand of Svitolina, but a great first serve there. Draws the return error. 30 all. Comment on the elbow strap of Alex. Looks like underneath the elbow, so maybe it's, you know, what they call a golfer's elbow, but who knows what it is. You got to realize that these players are constantly playing with pain and little injuries here and there. When it gets too bad, they retire or they pull out of a tournament. But it's rare that a player has nothing going on in the body. There's always some kind of issue, you know. And most of the time, they play through the issues. Just watch the Nadal documentary. It's not a single guy not a single match that guy has played without pain. A great return there from Svitolina. Eala slips. It's back to deuce. She got a strapping on the right shoulder as well, behind the shoulder. It looks like a rotator cuff. Anna says, I sense you're an Eala fan, Nick. I wouldn't say I'm an Eala fan, but I'm excited for the excitement around Eala. And, you know, I was so surprised when I covered for the first time I think I featured Eala in my video, was in Miami last year. Wow, what a beautiful two-handed backhand drop shot from Eala there. Pull that off on deuce. That's clutch right there. Add in. So I covered her beating Swiatek. I remember it. I covered her beating Swiatek in the quarters. And I made the video, you know, and generally my videos, when I cover pro tennis, it depends a little bit who's playing, but I would say it's like anywhere between 10,000 and 50,000 views on average. So let's say if there's the big names and big things happening, it's closer to 30, 40K on the video. And if it's just like something that's not necessarily out of the ordinary, it's about 20K, I would say, on average, or 15K, something like that. And sometimes it's even less than that, 10K, but never ever does a video like that go 6 digits. Like, I have a lot of videos that have hundreds of thousands of views. I have, I think, 3 or 4, or maybe 5 videos that have over 1 million views. Long form, I mean. And that's going to be impossible with the pro tennis coverage, at least on my channel. That's like the technical videos. Those are, back in the day, could gather a ton of views. Now, not anymore. Not anymore now, you know. That's a story for another day. But anyway, so, you know, you wouldn't expect a video about pro tennis to get over 100K. But that video, after I covered the Eala Swiatek, got over 100,000 views in like one day. And I was like, what is this? This makes no sense. So it turns out it was all the Filipino fans that were watching my video. And then I made another one after she lost to Pegula. And I think that one got 100K as well. So I got back-to-back 100K videos. So, and there's so many fans, and they're super nice in the comments. And, you know, I was like, this is amazing. There's so much excitement about a player. And people really care, and it's so out of the ordinary. So, listen, I have not milked this. There, you know, listen, you could make a video every time Eala plays. I don't do that. I've not made an Eala video since, I can't remember now. I think since she played golf. Was it in Dubai? I think that's the last time I covered her. Oh no, I made a live stream of Rome when she played Rybakina. But dedicated video to Eala in the thumbnail was the last time, I think, in Dubai. And so, you know, when something big is happening, when she's taking out big names, I do cover it, of course. I think it's you know, fair to the people that subscribe to my channel from the Philippines, and I also think it's very exciting when it happens. So I'm glad to cover it. And but to say that I'm a fan, I'm not really a fan of anyone on WTA Tour. I'm very neutral there. It's like, may the best player win any match that takes place. My all-time favorite player on the WTA Tour is Monica Seles. My all-time favorite player on the men's tour is Rafa Nadal, and nobody will top those two. So everything else other than that, I'm very neutral. I don't really have any favorites. But yeah, well, you know, look, the same with Fonseca. I love when there's excitement. I love, even though it's a little bit different there with Fonseca, but I'm going to cover Eala as much as I can. 3-love. She ended up holding that game. You know, it's 30-all on the Svitolina serve, and there's a backhand error from Svitolina. There's a chance for a double break right here. Incredible start from Eala. Not making mistakes. Playing clean tennis, and Svitolina giving some unforced errors. Did she make that? Huge backhand from Svitolina from behind the base on cross-court winner to save break point. 40-all. That's a nice way to come out of a break point. You hit a backhand winner, cross-court, and then an ace down the tee. Add in. That's another big serve. That's an excellent game from Svitolina there. Those 3 points were exceptional. It's 3-1. Eala has a distinctive aura. I'm not surprised she got such a large fan base, even though her results are not that consistently impressive. Well, listen, her results are spectacular in the context of where she's from. So there's never been a player of this caliber in the Philippines. So when you say the results are not good, that's wrong. The results are incredible. They never had a player like this. And she's consistently gone up in the rankings. I think I have to check her live ranking, but she's top 30 in the world. That's incredible ranking. Top 30 in the world. So same with Fonseca. You know, it's like you have to understand the context of where they're from. If Eala was American or if Fonseca was American, nobody wouldn't be the same type of excitement, you know. So it's another big serve from Eala down the tee. That serve has improved a lot. 30 love. Serving big, Eala. Making a lot of first serves. Like I said in the beginning, the first serve percentage is huge. Because the second serve, it's still soft often, you know. So first serve percentage, key in this one. And it's so far, it's working really well. 40 love. Another first serve from Eala. And she misses a backhand into the net. So the backhand from Eala is flat. There's not a lot of variety there. It's just a flat, you know, strike. But the forehand, there's more options for Eala there. Directionally and spin-wise, she can do a lot of different things with the forehand. Misses the first serve into the net there. Second serve. That's a nice backhand cross court, and the ball clips the top of the net for Svitolina. Another hold for Eala, 4-1. What I like from Eala, ever since she stepped foot on the court, first and foremost, she's a great sportsman. She's very fair to the opponent. Win or lose, she's very good in the media. So that part is great. But on top of that, the way her body language in matches is fantastic. She's a big fighter. Doesn't matter what the scoreline is, she always tries very hard. Positive body language. I don't see a lot of negativity. But what I've seen in the last few matches is like a very calm demeanor when she's up. And it's a really positive sign for me. Like she's not getting too excited, even though she's like taking out big names, you know what I mean? Like Vekic, Rybakina, now Svitolina. This is the top of the game. Vekic in the context of what she did the week before, you know, winning Queens. And Eala calm in the match and then lets it all out once the match is over. So I'm a big fan of that because I think too much celebration, too much energy expenditure on celebrating. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I mean, I do like when players pump themselves up, but not going overboard, because I feel again that it takes maybe a little bit too much energy away, and there's always a danger of going into a slump right afterwards. So the way her body language is now and in the last couple of matches to me is perfect. She's just locked in. She's locked in. Might give a little fist bump here and there. That's perfectly fine. And she's on a mission. Second serve from Svitolina and a return error from Eala there. $15 love. What do you think? Others saying Eala is just getting overhyped by these media due to her huge fan base. Look, I've discussed this a lot, and it's so simple to understand. It's because there's a huge fan base there, because the countries like Brazil, Philippines never had this type of player. And if, like, for example, Janice Chen starts doing well, which she could theoretically if she gets into the top 50 or top 30, you could see a huge fan base starting to come out of Indonesia as well. So that's where the hype comes from. And of course, when a player gets that much attention, everybody starts noticing, and it's like, okay, there's a lot of attention on this player. There's a lot of excitement. Then everybody gets excited, and that's what's happening. I don't think it's hype. I mean, I can just only speak for myself or what I've seen from others. Since I started covering Eala in Miami, I never made any proclamations that she's going to be, winning Grand Slams, be ranked number one in the world. Listen, I'm always very realistic, and I don't try to make any type of prognosis that's unrealistic. That would be hype. So in other words, if you have a player that's showing no signs of that, and you're just judging purely on potential without any evidence, and you're going to say, okay, this player is going to be winning slams, is going to be ranked number one in the world, and the ATP Tour would be like, oh, it's going to be the next big three, that's hype. So I never said anything like that over Fonseca, because there's no evidence for that. And there's no evidence that Eala is going to be winning slams. So that would be hype. And I don't know who's doing that. Maybe people are doing that, but that's something that I don't do. So take it one match at a time, one tournament at a time. But having said that, a tournament like this could help Eala tremendously when it comes to confidence, and with Wimbledon coming up, could be a little jump for her. Maybe she can get into the top 20, which I thought was going to take way longer. But I think top 20 is realistic now. It's realistic. Someone says, I don't remember this hype on Li Na. I don't know about that. I can't make that comparison. I mean, I don't remember, to be honest with you. I think you have to also take into consideration that social media wasn't at the level where it is now, back when Li Na was playing. I mean, social media has really exploded, and streaming services, and it's just so entrenched into tennis now. It's like there's no comparison to like whenever Li Na was playing, even though we certainly had social media back then as well. But it's just way more now. So I think, social media is a big factor in the attention the player gets, obviously. Here's love 30 on the Eala serve. This is a danger zone right here. Window for Svitolina. 4-2 Eala first set. She needs a first serve very badly right here. She misses it. Second serve. Tatara, I did see Sabalenka's match. Yeah, it was crazy. Nikola played really well. 6-2, 4-0 up. Great player. It's a great return there from Svitolina and a forehand error from Eala. Long. I don't think she hit it right. A little bit of a mishit. And love 40. When that first serve doesn't go in, you can expect this. You can expect to get broken. The Eala serve to get broken. That was a wild first serve error there from Eala. Second serve. And another forehand error, and there's the break back from Svitolina, 4-3. Yeah, somebody says now Svitolina is playing like her usual. Yeah, she cleaned up her game for sure. Cut out the unforced errors, playing a cleaner match now, for sure. Anna says, is grass Eala's best surface? Can you talk a little bit about her tennis technical strengths? I don't know much about her. So it's hard to say. I think certainly clay, even though she spent time at the Nadal Academy, I would rate that as her worst surface, but I do think she has potential to do well on that surface too. But hard court, she's very good on. But grass, for any lefty, it's going to be a big advantage, especially if that lefty has some variety. So I think grass might be her best surface. It might. The only question mark is the lateral movement, which was better in the first two matches I watched this week. But And the other part of movement that's good on Eala is her like staying low and holding her ground and being able to play the low balls. She does really well with that. If you remember Angelique Kerber, that's why she did so well in Wimbledon. She was probably the best of all time when it comes to like crouching down and deflecting. Kerber was amazing at that. So certainly grass could be Eala's best surface. I don't know if it's right now, whether it's an advantage over hard court, but eventually it might be. And her strengths are that she's a lefty, number one. She, like I said many times, one of the best second serve returns on tour, a great first serve return. She has a very versatile forehand. Backhand is good. She can come to the net as well. The big weakness was the movement and the serve. So the first serve is okay, it's gotten better, but the second serve is soft. So those are the weak spots. Now, if you watch Bartunkova play Sabalenka, Bartunkova doesn't have a great serve either, and she was up 6-2, 4-love against Sabalenka on grass. So it's not all about the serve on WTA Tour. And in the case of Eala, because she's a lefty, it doesn't matter so much that she doesn't serve very fast. So that's pretty much her game in a nutshell there. We got double fault from Svitolina, 30-15. That's a big serve right there from Svitolina. 40-15. Another big serve from Svitolina, big forehand, deep. It's a short ball and misses the half-court backhand, 40-30. Let's real quick check Svitolina's grass court results so far. So this is her first tournament. She hasn't played anything. Took some time off after Roland Garros. I mean, she did have a long clay court season and went deep. You know, she won Rome and then quarters Roland Garros. So it makes sense to take some time off. It's a great forehand return from Eala there. And it's deuce. Let's check Svitolina last year, or she did at Wimbledon. Lost third round Wimbledon last year, but I think there was a semifinal the year before, I think, for Svitolina. Yeah, quarterfinal the year before she lost to Rybakina. And before that, she made semifinal, lost to Vondrousova in 23. Okay, I remember that one. So Svitolina is good on grass. Semifinal, Wimbledon, quarterfinal, Wimbledon. And here's break point, Eala. First serve long from Svitolina, second serve. This is where Eala is going to strike. You know, she's going to be all over the second serve. And it doesn't go in. Double fault. Eala gives back, Svitolina gives back the break. And it's 5-3 for Eala. She has the chance to serve out this first set. Wow. That's the thing when you play Eala. You know, you break her, but then you really got to take care of your service game because, you know, if you're missing first serves, Eala is so dangerous on her return games. First serve long, she went for safety there, 134 kilometers an hour. I don't know who Eala's coach is, but I think a lot of the coaches are from the Rafa Academy because they're always wearing the Rafa Academy gear. Such an important rally right here, first point of the service game. Eala targeting the Svitolina forehand, interestingly, and pays the price. Svitolina lets out a roar after hitting a forehand inside-out winner from the middle of the court. Svitolina's forehand is very good, especially when she starts, being more aggressive with it, using her body. She can really unload on that forehand well and put a lot of pressure on the opponent. Love 15. That's, to me, my favorite Eala serve. The slider out wide. Will you stay and watch FA and TFO? No, not today. But I might cover Zverev Fritz tomorrow. Let's see what time they play. Yeah, slice serve out wide from Eala. That's a winning formula. It's a good serve right there, 30-15 Eala. Wow, another big serve from Eala down the tee this time, right on the line. Wow. 40-15, set point. What's the advantage of a slow serve from a lefty? That's a weird question. If we take that question and really break it apart, sometimes serving slowly can be an advantage, but that's only at the amateur levels, at the low amateur levels. Not at the high level, and definitely not at the elite level. So a soft serve is not an advantage. But the fact that Eala is lefty and she serves slow, it makes it less of a problem compared to if she was a righty serving slow. So you understand what I'm saying? And if it's slow with some action on it, it's not that easy to return. So it's basically her being lefty is what is saving Eala on the serve. But again, like I said yesterday, the serve has gotten better, a lot better. The first serve, even here, we're seeing a lot of service winners, even saw an ace or two. Definitely better. 40-30, set point Eala. Another slice with the lefty serve and a forehand down the line winner. Svitolina had a hard time with that serve. There was a well-placed serve because it was... Actually, we got a board here. I might actually use it. So, this is Eala, right? This is Svitolina right here, returning. And she hit that serve here, and she's lefty. So the trajectory is crazy off a lefty when it's placed there. And it forced Svitolina to hit that one-handed return, which was weak. Anytime you get a two-handed player to stretch and play one-handed, you're doing a fantastic job. And the whole court was open here for Eala to hit an easy forehand down the line winner. So again, when it comes to slice serves, it's very important where you place it. Obviously, when you place it here, the trajectory is not as good. So you can't really go any shorter than halfway point of the box. But if you can get it short here, you get a lot of advantages with the slice. As a righty as well, do the same thing, but especially as a lefty, because again, you get a two-handed player to stretch and play with one hand. That's less likely to happen if your slice serve is like here. So shorter slice serves, incredibly important. And again, big improvement from Eala on the serve. And she wins the first set 6-3. Let's take a look now at what's happening around the tour and some of the other courts. And with discuss a couple of things here and there. Let's take a look at Nottingham. Oh, wow, okay. Ann Lee lost the first set, but up 5-2 in the second against Golubic in the quarters. And Navarro went through against Buzas Manero, 7-6, 6-2. Pliskova, it's incredible. She's in the semis. Beat Talia Gibson, and Buskova beat Tatiana Maria. Take a look at Queens. Tommy Paul against Davidovich Fokina. Can Davidovich Fokina win his first title? It's not that many, like it's possible. Look, it's Cerundolo. He won, he's in the semis. Nakashima beat Diminor, he's in the semis. So it's like a great chance for Fokina, but he plays Tommy Paul, who won that tournament before. That's going to be tough. And then we have Halle, I already talked about that. Medvedev, Altmaier. Altmaier playing well. Took the first set, second set in the tiebreak. And we got Zverev, Fritz in the semis tomorrow. I'll try to cover that one. And Berlin, that's what we had right now. We got Sabalenka. I already talked about that. Noskova on fire. Took up Badosa 1 and 3, and Pegula playing well, like always, on grass, even though, last year was so funny. A lot of people picked her to win Wimbledon, and she lost in the first round. There's a lucky forehand from Svitolina. So that's a look around the different tournaments. Let's lock back in on this match. 30-15. I think it was a double fault from Svitolina on the second point. And on 15-all, fortunate to make that forehand. She framed it. So right here was an opportunity for Eala to lock in. But she gives her backhand error, 40-15. You would pick Zverev to win against Taylor this time? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It's grass. Really, on any surface, Fritz has had the advantage over Zverev, but on grass, Fritz is very good. It's going to be tough. I'm leaning towards Fritz in that one. Would you advise Alex to withdraw in Bad Homburg to prepare for Wimbledon? If she goes deep, yeah, maybe. That's an incredible return from Eala right there. And Svitolina is struggling right now on the serve. That second serve was soft. It was soft, and she already hit 2 double faults in this game. So definitely right now the confidence is low on the Svitolina serve. Speaking of which, she serves an ace out wide. Add in. That return is so good from Eala. That backhand return, inside in, from the out court. So good. It's like Jimmy Connors style. There's a great point from Eala right there. Back to deuce. Yeah, true tennis vibe. Tennis Channel will switch on you. You gotta stream. You gotta get on the app. Then you're in charge of what to watch. Good point right there from Svitolina. Thoughts on Sabalenka's comeback? I already talked about it in depth. It's a big serve right there from Svitolina, but a big return again from Eala right through the middle of the court, and Svitolina misses a forehand long. Back to deuce. First serve wide. Again, second serve to Svitolina. This will be interesting. Second serve on deuce. Wow, are you kidding me with this? Are you kidding me with this? Eala, instead of ripping like she always does a chip forehand return short. Almost look like a drop shot. And hits a winner. Wow. Did not expect that. And Svitolina didn't either. But too strong there from Svitolina. Good serve and a good backhand cross court. Eala frames her forehand, back to deuce. Nick, are you surprised there aren't many documentaries about legendary players like Raf, Serena, Sampras? Yeah, definitely. Tennis does not have a lot of documentaries. Not enough. Not enough movies. And the movies that they do have about tennis most of them are so bad. So documentary is the better, featuring the real players. And there should be more. I talked about this yesterday. There should be way more. Wow, wow. I would stop serving to the forehand, but then you serve to the backhand. It's just as good. Another forehand return winner from Eala. Inside in this time. She's so good at the return. She hits it exactly how I teach it. Abbreviates the take back, but then finishes fully so she can still get that control that she gets on her normal ground stroke. And it's an incredible return to serve, especially on the forehand. Another break point. First serve goes into the net. Second serve. Eala goes cross court hard. Goes down the line. That's a combo she likes to use. It's okay. She missed it there, but I've seen her make that shot many times. She sends that player left and right. I think on that particular forehand down the line, she maybe was a little too far away from the ball and just steered it a little bit. Hit it long. Nick, did you ever check out the Marty Fish Breaking Point documentary? That's one of the best. I think Marty Fish, I'll put it in the top 5. Marty Fish was excellent. That's a big forehand from Svitolina right there. Too central from Eala there. She doesn't want to give her no pace in the middle. Svitolina will be all over that. But there was a deflective shot from Eala because Svitolina ripped the backhand. So it wasn't like Eala chose to hit it there. It was just a deflection from a previous really deep shot from Svitolina. Add in. Who's your favorite tennis player now and before? I don't have any favorites now. My all-time favorite is Rafa. But I do want Sinner and Alcaraz to do well because I just think it's so good for the game of tennis. So I am a believer in the synchronized value, so to speak. If they go in a final, there's nothing better. So I do like to see that. I'll be honest. I do like to see that as often as possible. Not every tournament, but I like to see that. I think those guys are great for the game. And here's another forehand error from Svitolina. Break point Eala. Tara, Nick, I missed the days when Nadal was winning Roland Garros and Federer winning Halle and the epic anticipation of Wimbledon the week after. Yeah, those were the days. Those were the days. I remember Nadal, though, going to Halle, didn't do well there. I remember he lost one year to Dustin Brown. Another year he lost to Vasque. And there's a double fault from Svitolina, the second serve, letting her down big time in this match. And there's the break for Eala. Wow. Up a break and a set on Svitolina. Wow. Definitely an off day for Svitolina. I will say that. You know, it's not the real Svitolina that we're seeing. It's you know, she's giving a lot of unforced errors. Really, from the first game, she's given a lot of unforced errors to Eala, and also the double faults don't help. Doesn't take away from a great performance from Eala, though, as well. Again, they never played each other before, and playing a lefty is always tricky, especially on grass. So it's a poor day from Svitolina, but the opponent sometimes has to do with that. Sometimes no, sometimes yes. Sometimes it's just a poor day. It would be a poor day against anyone, but maybe she's uncomfortable with the Eala ball. You know, it's possible. 15 love. I want to see Eala Sabalenka. Well, you have to wait till the final, I think, no? They're on the opposite sides of the draw, I thought. Let's check, though, where... Yeah, it's Pegula Sabalenka. Winner of this plays Noskova. And if you remember, if Eala wins this, the last time she played Noskova, she got destroyed at Indian Wells. Like, I got 2 or 3 games. So that'll be interesting on grass. That's a funny question. I just talked about that. If Alex wins this, will she have a chance against Noskova? First of all, this match is far from over. I think Svitolina will find her game. She'll get more comfortable with the Eala ball. So this is still far from over. But let's just say Eala comes through this one. I think Noskova is very tough. It'll depend a little bit on how Noskova serves, because I think that serve is so good that even a great returner, there's not much you can do, right? So it'll be like a scenario like the Rybakina match. I think it's somewhat similar. Noskova is a big hitter. So if Eala can get into the service games, if the first serve percentage is not that great, and if Noskova is giving some errors, I think Eala is highly capable of taking out Noskova, highly capable. And I think it's going to be more difficult for Noskova on grass against Eala compared to hard court. So, but let's focus in on this, because it's, like I said, it's far from over. 15:30. I expect Svitolina to raise her level at some point in this match. 15:40, forehand error from Eala. Ace from Eala. Let's check out the serve stats on Eala real quick. How many, what is this? How many aces she has? I think she has 3 already. Let's check. Prop shot from Eala is in. Wow, what a way to save break point there. Forehand down the line. Backhand inside out dropper. Eala has 1 ace. Okay, all right. I thought you had more. But there's a lot of service winners, and her service at 64%. So that's a good number for Eala. On the other hand, Svitolina, 56% first serves and 7 double faults. All right, so the serve, second serve points won 25% for Svitolina. So last match, Rybakina, won 30% of first serve, second serve points. So that just shows you how good of a returner Eala is on the second serve. And there, return error from Svitolina. But that's an interesting stat. So 25% second serve points won for Svitolina, and it was 30% for Rybakina last match. Just think of that. That's how many points you win on your second serve. That shows you how dangerous Eala is on the second serve return. And so if you're playing her, you better get those first serves in. She missed it. Runs down a drop shot from Svitolina. Misses a forehand cross court back to deuce. Big first serve from Eala there. Beautiful forehand inside out of half court. Off the half court, and then a forehand volley put away. Eala is very comfortable at the net. Add in. But again, the first serve, excellent there. Volleys are very clean from Eala. Very clean. Both forehand and backhand volley. And she can also do swing volley. So she's quite versatile at the net. Let's see if she goes for that slice again, the short angle slice here on game point. She doesn't. She goes T, hard and flat, misses it, second serve. So even the second serve, she can slice it more. I think, that's, to me, would be a better option than kick, even though it's a lower percentage type shot. She goes slice body. Svitolina rips the forehand return out there in the rally. Eala playing good defense. Eala targeting the Svitolina forehand, which makes sense because it did produce a lot of errors in this match so far. And then Eala switches directions with her backhand, goes down the line, hits a winner. 2-love Eala. Incredible hold of serve there. And an incredible backhand down the line. Be right back, guys. A 40-15 on the Svitolina serve. Looks like an easy hold. I didn't catch the first 3 points, unfortunately. Huge hitting from Svitolina right there. She pumps herself up, holds, still down a break, 2-1. Like I said at the beginning of the set, you can expect a top player like Svitolina at some point to find her best tennis and start playing well. So even though Eala's up 6-3, 2-1 with a break, it's far from over. Eala will have to continue to bring her best tennis. It's unlikely that a player like this is going to just beat herself in this case and just hand you the match. You really got to take it. Perfect example, Bartunkova-Sabalenka, the earlier match prior to this one. 6-2, 4-love for Bartunkova. And, and then Sabalenka got into it. Bartunkova played an exceptional match, returned so well. So next service game, super important for Eala. Get that first serve in and continue to do a lot of damage. True tennis vibe. Tennis channels switch back to Eala's game. This is terrible user experience. Like I said, if you have Apple TV, get the Tennis Channel app. It's not free. You have to subscribe to it. And you can select which match you want to watch. It's really good. That's what I use. I mean, I have Tennis TV as well. Even though Tennis TV doesn't broadcast WTA. Mute has been fined by ATP 40K. I'm cursing. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. If you go on Instagram, everyone was praising that. They thought that Mute was the coolest guy ever for that interview. A good return from Svitolina there, and a forehand error from Eala. Oh, it's 1 a.m. in the Philippines right now. You guys are going to have to stay up late to watch Eala this grass court season, or this European season. Another forehand error from Eala long, but Svitolina starting to increase the pressure. She's also grunting louder. You can see that she's trying to get into this match, trying to, raise her game. And Eala, when she starts missing, the forehand does produce more errors than the backhand, and especially long errors. It's when she tries to flatten that forehand out, or maybe she's not positioned well and doesn't hit the ball a little bit too far away from her, the forehand can spray long. And Eala attempts a forehand lob, and Svitolina with the two-handed backhand overhead gets the ball right on the line. Love 40. Double fault from Eala. And she loses her serve to Love. 2-all, second set. First set, Eala 6-3. And, Eala is so dangerous. Like, once you break her, you really got to take care of your own service game, because you always are in danger, especially if you're missing your first serve. So love 15 right away. Eala very aggressive on this first point. And there it is, another good return. And she's dictating play right after. Let cord, Svitolina, forehand from Eala, and a backhand pass from Svitolina cross court, 15 all. But a great rally from Eala there. So this could have easily been lob 30 right there. Second serve from Svitolina. First serve goes into the net. There's that inside in forehand return that is absolutely lethal. And she's hit a lot of these in this match. Svitolina not doing well with the serve placement. Then you can make the argument if she goes into the backhand is just as good. But the forehand off that slice that's like more central, Eala is so good on the deuce side with that inside in return. 15-30. Another great forehand return from Eala. Dictating play with that forehand, just spreading the ball. Forehand drop shot, and another winner off a drop shot from Eala in this match. The drop shot's working beautifully as a change-up every now and then. 15-40. Like I said, the thing with Eala is, like, you break her, like, you're in danger because she is so good on the return games. She's so good. That first return, the return, she sets her up to like be offensive on the next shots. And yeah, you're playing defense trying to hold serve. Not a good way to hold serve. Doesn't instill a lot of confidence into your return games. And there's another incredible forehand return from Eala going inside out. I don't think Svitolina gave her enough backhands in this return game, but like I said earlier, Eala has that Jimmy Connors two-handed backhand return that she can hit really from both sides, deuce side and ad side. So return game is out of this world for Eala, and she gets another break, up 3-2. Next game for Eala is going to be huge. If she can get some free points off that first serve, like she did in that Rybakina match where she was up a break, that's going to be a huge help to win this match. You know, hit some of those big serves down the tee. You know, work with the angles out wide. Nick, given the chance to coach any players ATP WTA right now, 3 players off the top of your head. That's so tough. I don't know. I'm not the type of guy that would ever go like, oh, you know, if I could coach this player, you know, it'd be so good. I never look at it that way. I always have had students come to me. I don't ever come to someone and tell them that I should coach them. So it's always been like that. I've learned that from my dad. Like that's why I'm not the greatest like marketer, you know, even on the internet. I'm very passive in that regard, but I'll let, you know, to build my reputation and all that, and then people come to me. That's how I view it. I would never name a player I want to coach. But generally on the ATP WTA tour, like, it would be the ones that could help, that could use some technical work on their strokes. Those are the ones where I can help the most, I would say, that need like help on the serve or any shot. But it's mostly serve, and it's mostly on the WTA tour. And see right there, that's such an important miss for Eala, because she had a second serve, and Svitolina dumped a forehand return into the net, gave her a free point. So that's going to instill a lot of belief into Eala. It's going to make her loosen up too, potentially. But she misses another first serve, second serve. Good second serve from Eala, and another return error from Svitolina. Again, these two return errors, they're huge, huge. Basically gave a couple of free points to Eala right there, who's already up a break. So this is going to be a big belief for Eala that she's going to come through this match now. Maybe, like I said, maybe loosen up and start serving even better. A very, very poor game from Svitolina here. She goes for a backhand down the line winner, misses way long, 40 love. Ace from Eala down the tee. Second ace, I think, no? Yeah. Second ace from Eala. 4-2, 2 games away from a semifinal of a WTA 500. She's made the Miami semifinal in 2025, where she lost to Pegula in 3 sets. So if she wins this, this would be her second biggest accomplishment. And that was an angry forehand for Svitolina right there. That was a lot of anger. That was a slap shot winner cross court. She hit that very hard. 15 love. Second serve. Nice forehand return from Eala and a backhand down the line very deep. She comes in, an easy put away backhand off the bounce, close to the net, 15 all. Return to serve, so good from Eala. So good. She can hit it in any direction. Both returns. Think of like deuce side, forehand backhand can go both ways. Same on the ad side. I don't see any weakness on the second serve return from Eala. None. Forehand slap shot error this time from Svitolina, 15-30. She's put together a stretch of a couple of really bad games here. First serve goes in, forehand, inside in from Svitolina. Swing volley, she hits it incredibly hard. And listen, guys, this is borderline tanking right now from Svitolina. This is borderline tanking what's happening right now. You know, here at Intuitive Tennis, I call it like I see it. This is anger, frustration, and she's just carelessly ripping balls in this game, Svitolina. Started on the first point, she made that shot, was lucky, fortunate to make it. But she's just completely carelessly just smacking the ball. And that swing volley, that was like a tank style shot. She wins this point here, put a little bit more control on her shots there, but still 1 break point left for Eala. Svitolina is pressured. It's more frustrated than pressured. There's no pressure really you're feeling when you're already down a break. About to go down 2 breaks, you don't feel the same type of pressure as if it was like on serve. And you wouldn't play like this if it was on serve. So this is like almost like semi-tanking. But she put it together here. She played a couple of good points and back to deuce. That's a great rally right here. Forehand error from Svitolina again. Another breakpoint chance for Eala. Big serve from Svitolina and another forehand error from Svitolina. The ball was very deep and she went inside out very hard. Misses it by a lot. Hit the ball off center. 2 breaks for Eala. 5-2. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. What a match. Nick slowly dazing. What do you mean? What does it mean, dazing? What does that mean, my friend? You mean like sleeping? I'll check the stats here on this match. So, again, the craziest stat, you know, it's kind of revealing because it goes both ways. So, 24% second serve points won for Svitolina, but also 30% second serve points won for Eala. So you can see that, you know, her second serve is her biggest weakness, Eala's. But the first serve percentage has been high in the first set. It dropped a little bit in the second. 75% first serves in the first and 61 in the second. Dropped a little bit in the second. But that about sums it up. You know, that's Eala's biggest strength, second serve return. Eala's biggest weakness, her own second serve. But there are ways to overcome the second serve other than improving it directly, of course, which that's, I think, going to happen with Eala. She's going to improve. But getting the first serves in play, you don't have to go over the second serve, you know? And the first serve has gotten better. Slice from Eala. And a forehand inside-out winner from Svitolina, love 15. Okay, so yes, you're saying that I'm dazing and I'm sleepy. In that game, I was talking about her tanking. That was hardly sleepy, man. Though I was getting excited about the tank job from Svitolina on those couple of points, man. I was way into it. I'm actually feeling quite good today. Not sleepy at all. I did get sleepy a couple of times in those 5.5-hour live streams, though. Those are tough. Those can be tough. You can like start kind of dozing away, you know, dazing away, like you say. But not right now. I feel okay. Love 30 in this game. Eala 1 game away from the victory, but it's got to take care of business right here. Way different serving forward when you only 1 breakup. There's that big first serve down the tee. That's a nice backhand winner from Svitolina there. Eala did not do enough with the forehand approach. Hit it somewhat central. You look better than yesterday? Did I look bad yesterday? I don't remember. I don't remember yesterday. I don't recall not feeling well or anything like that. I think I was okay. First serve down the tee. Eala goes very hard. Second serve. Oh, the World Cup sadness. I remember that, yeah. But I was joking. I mean, not really. I wasn't really joking that much. I do care about Croatia in the World Cup, but that would happen like the day before. So I was just kind of kidding with that. Oh no, I don't have the withdrawal symptoms for coffee anymore. I quit coffee that's like, I quit it after the Rafa video that I made. So on the Tuesday after the Roland Garros final, which was, it's like almost 2 weeks ago. So no, I didn't. The withdrawal symptoms already are done on the coffee. I'm good. I saw tears, Nick. You know, that's a nice return game from Svitolina right there. Respect to Svitolina for putting it back together, composing herself, because she was very angry, frustrated a couple of games ago, and she played a good return game here, and she's going to give herself a chance to hold here and make Eala serve this out, which could complicate things. So let's see. But yeah, I love the World Cup. It's one of my favorite things to watch, even though I'm not a football fan at all. There's another, I mean, the returns of Eala are just like insane. I mean, I hope you guys understand the quality of the returning. It's really good. It's really good. And this is no hype. You know, I'm not the hype man. That's very, very good returning. Because, you know, she just beat the best server on tour, and Svitolina is good. She's a good serve game. And she's struggling to hold serve against Eala. Of course, not a good day on the serve for Svitolina. Let's add that. 15-all. It's a humongous backhand from Svitolina right there, and she wants this match. She's still fighting. She pumps herself up. 30-15. It's good to see, because, you know, that state that she was in where she was slapping balls carelessly, that could have continued till the end. That I've seen that hundreds of times. You just want to get off the court, but she composed herself and she started to play well again, which is nice to see. 40-15. Looks like Eala is going to have to serve it out at 5-4, which will be interesting. Big serve from Svitolina there down the tee. Forehand to Eala backhand, and backhand goes down the line from Eala. She tries another one inside out, misses it into the net, 5-4. This will be interesting, guys. This will be very interesting. Can Eala hold it together, like pressure-wise, and get a good service game? I think she was fortunate in that previous service game to get all those errors from Svitolina. That was a really poor game. And then there was that tank game from Svitolina after. And so Eala cannot depend again that Svitolina is going to give her this match. I don't think it'll happen. The first serve will have to win it for Eala right here. So she needs to get that first serve in. I would go tee a lot. Maybe throw in that angle slice, you know, even though that one's tough to make, especially when I hit it short. So let's see. Can Eala serve it out, or we're about to see another comeback match for Svitolina? I don't know. That's tennis. You don't know. You can't know. That's why it's such a fun game to watch. Very careful serve from Eala at the start. 119 kilometers an hour. And she sprays a forehand inside out wide. Not a good start there. That serve was very soft. You know, I would go for the serve here. You know, it's easier said than done, of course, but put some slice on it and go for it. Trust it. It's worked well in the last 3 matches. And a backhand error from Eala. Didn't move her feet there. Feet got stuck. Didn't move up to the ball enough. Steers the backhand long, love 30. She needs the first serve really badly right here. Fantastic point from Eala there, dictating play, hitting freely. 15-30, draws the error from Svitolina. Excellent point from Eala there. That's what she's good at. Like, she, you know, sending side to side, you know, switching directions. Needs a first serve really badly right here. Doesn't get it, second serve. And this is what you can dream of, is to get a return error off a serve that was quite poor, quite soft. Svitolina, again, didn't move her feet. Maybe that serve was slower than she expected. She was a little too far away from the ball reaching. Goes inside in for the return winner, misses it 30-all. Somebody previously asked, is it an advantage to serve slow? In this case, you could say yes, it was. First serve down the tee from Eala, and she's dictating with the backhand, comes in. Svitolina pops it up high. Eala with the backhand swing volley. It's really weak, but Eala gifts her the backhand pass. There was a very weak backhand swing volley from Eala and a gift from Svitolina. She had the entire court to work with. She misses the backhand cross court. 2 very poor unforced errors back-to-back from Svitolina. And it's Eala with a match point at 40-30. First serve miss into the net, second serve. Incredible shot from Eala. Wow. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A couple of tight points there, I'm not going to lie, from Eala at 15-30. That second serve was tight at 15-30. And that, you know, she played a good rally and that previous point. Hit a really nice backhand down the line. And a very nervy backhand swing volley off a high ball. It was fortunate, but then at this point, this is a phenomenal running backhand cross-court winner. And to take this match, and now she back-to-back beat Donna Vekic. She won Queens last week. She beat Rybakina. She took out Svitolina, who's been on absolute fire this year, one of the best players of the entire WTA Tour. And now she plays Noskova in the semifinals, who she lost to in Indian Wells. Let's check the score. I think it was 2-1, if I remember correctly. Let's check it again. 2-0. I was wrong. However, on the junior circuit, Eala beat Noskova twice in Paris. She beat her 6-2 in the third at a junior tournament, and then at a category 1 in 2022, She beat her 7-6 in the third. So Eala is 2-0 in juniors against Noskova, but that match in Indian Wells, round of 16 match, there was a destruction from Noskova. No doubt about it. But like I said in the beginning, somebody asked if Eala wins, can she take out Noskova? Yes, she can. Absolutely, she can. It's like just if somebody blows a player out on tour, it doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't mean that the other player can't beat that player that just, won very comfortably. You can make the same argument for Rybakina taking out Eala quite comfortably in Rome, and now Eala took her out. So, no, that match doesn't really mean that much. Certainly, all matches mean something. They have value. It's confidence and all that. And certainly, it can be a big factor. And it's not all like you can't generalize. So if somebody continuously is beating up on someone like Sinner and Zverev, that's a different scenario, right? But just that one match alone doesn't mean that much. And I do think Eala has a huge chance to cause another upset tomorrow and go in the Berlin final. I'm certainly going to be live streaming that one. Super excited about it. I'm also going to cover this match later. And in my video today, I'm going to discuss Zverev. I'm going to discuss Fritz Shelton. And I will see you guys tomorrow, possibly for 2 matches. Let me just check real quick about the schedule. When the match is scheduled at Halle. It's not out yet. I don't know. This can't be. This can't possibly be the schedule. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. It's at 9. So it depends when. Okay, hold on. So let's remember this. Fritz Zverev is at 9 Eastern time, 3 p.m. local time in Germany. And Eala Noskova is going to be not out yet. I hope it's not at the same time. I don't know. If it's at the same time, that'd be a big bummer. But in any case, I'm going to live stream something tomorrow. I'll try to do both. Last time I tried, I couldn't get it together. So that didn't work. Nightbot, are you the same as on Cam Williams' channel? Are you just a bot? Nightbot is a program. It's a software program. So Nightbot is not it's not a person. It's a program that I set up, that's Cam set up for himself to do certain plugs that you want. I have my YouTube channel on there, I have my website on there. You guys can click on and join and subscribe and all that. So that's Nightbot. But okay, it can be used also for content moderation and all that. I got everything turned off, so you guys are pretty free to put the emojis or whatever you want in the chat. So I don't know yet what time this is going to be, unfortunately. But I will definitely be live streaming tomorrow. I want to do the Eala match since I've done 2 already. I'll do that one as well. How to become a chair umpire? I have absolutely no idea. I have no idea about chair umpire. I actually know a couple of people that were chair umpires. This one guy that I was teaching, he used to be a pro umpire. I was giving lessons to him. Rob. He was a pro umpire. And then another guy that I grew up with in Germany, he became an umpire. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, line umpire makes sense to start with that and then work your way into the business. But certainly is not something that I want to do. I have a story about umpiring that's quite insane. You guys want to hear it real quick? You guys want to hear my umpire story? There's a couple of them, actually. Well, just one is funny. I hated that. Oh, man. When I think of it now, I cringe. I cringe so hard. Do you guys want to hear my umpire story? Say yes in the chat. Go ahead. Yes. Yes. Say it, Nick. Yes, please. All right, I'll tell you the umpire story real quick. So, this is back when I played for DTK Dortmund in the Bundesliga, second Bundesliga in Germany. And we had a lot of Italians on our team. And I already won my match. I was so happy. I played well that year. And I won my match. I was so happy. I showered and I was done. And the way it works in Germany is like you play singles first and then you play doubles. But you play 3 singles at a time. And it's either like, I think it was back when I played, it was 2, 4, and 6 played first, and then 1, 3, and 5 played second. So I already won. I don't know what number I played. The Bundesliga I played between number 4 and 6 usually. In the bottom of the lineup I played because we had some like really highly ranked ATP guys in the front. And so I won my match, super happy, and I'm just gonna chill until the doubles, and I'm like feeling good. And then the manager of the club goes to me, and Nick, our number 1 guy, is playing. It was indoors, it rained, they switched indoors. And we need somebody to watch the line. I'm like, I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And he's like, come on, you gotta do it. You gotta help us out. I'm like, you can't get somebody else to do it? And he says, yeah, I don't remember the conversation exactly, but for whatever reason, I agreed to do it, and it was the baseline. And so they had 1 guy from our team on the baseline and a guy from the other team on the other baseline, so to make it fair. And all of a sudden, I'm feeling good after I won my singles match, and I'm now all of a sudden sitting on the baseline, lines judging. I don't have the best, I don't see the ball that well. Because I did lines judging when I was a junior back in the day. We had a tournament at my club called Warsteiner Damen Masters, and I didn't like it back then, and I hadn't done it since then, you know. And you know, these guys were good. Like it was our number 1 guy, Italian guy, who was like top 200, and playing against, I don't even know who he was playing, but they were playing fast, and it's so hard to see the ball. And I'm on the baseline. And all of a sudden, it's like tiebreak deep. And I think it's match point for the other. I don't remember exactly. I think it was like towards the end of the tiebreak. It was super, super tight tiebreak. And there was a ball that like I called, and I think I called it correctly. I called it the wrong, you know, in regards to like the team aspect. So it was against my teammate. I called the ball. But I thought I called it correctly. And it was, I think, the match point or something like that. And the guy exploded at me, the Italian guy exploded at me. And not only him, because we had so many Italians on our team, I think it was like 4 of them, they all was exploding at me after the match. So while the other team is like celebrating, this guy is so angry at me, and like just the manager had to step in and keep this guy away from me because he was really pissed. And I was like, I'm never doing this again. I hate this. I can't stand line judging. I cannot stand this. This is the most awful job ever. And I respect to anyone who does it, but that was such a horrible experience. And I was telling these guys, listen, I don't know what to tell you. That's how I saw it. I'm not gonna like sit here and like cheat for you or whatever. I saw the ball the way I saw it, and I'm not gonna make, you know, I don't have any incentive to like cheat you. I don't care, you know. I mean, I didn't think it was you know, and it was really stupid for the managers or manager to put players as lines judges. They should have kept it completely neutral. But yeah, that was a horrible, horrible experience, and I've never done it since then, and I never will do it again because it's so hard to see that ball when you're standing there, like sitting there or standing, whatever. Ball's going so fast. Service line, forget it. I can't see it at all. It's so hard to see. And it's like, I remember they taught us back in the day, you look at the server and then you just stare at the line. You can't follow the ball or you lose it. You just stare at the line like this. It's horrible. It's so, yeah, that was a bad experience. Anyway, people didn't leave. I thought we would go down to like 30 people after that story. So anyways, guys, thank you for sticking around. I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's see if they updated the schedule. We know that Zverev and Fritz are on at 9, but what time will Noskova play against Svitolina? I mean, Noskova play against Eala at 8. Oh my God. And it's probably going to be later than 8. So there goes Fritz Zverev. It's going to overlap. But I'll be here at 8 tomorrow, covering Eala against Noskova. And I will see you guys then, okay? Thank you for joining this live. This was great, guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Check my video later on today. I'll do a little analysis of what happened today. Looks like Altmaier won, beat Medvedev. I'm going to check out some of these matches and we'll report on it. And I'll see you guys then, okay? You take care.